What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy with Fireplace Friday. Again, a little late. Apologize. Just got back from the Patio and Barbecue Association conference, which is a convention go to most years. And check out the new Fireplace stuff and everything else that's going on. So, what's happening today? It's going to be a little shorter Fireplace Friday. I just wanted to introduce a few new people. This is Sergio. He's new here. This is Grant. That's Micah. We've seen Micah before. Say hi, Grant. There we go. And what are they doing? They've been here a couple days, and they are doing online training. So that's the intro to fireplaces. So it's very important that when people start, that we're training them from day one properly, so they know what to expect and what to come out for. I always tell people that there's no business that isn't like a doctor's office. Doctor's offices are doctors' practices. They're practicing physicians. Why do you say practicing? Because we're all getting better. I wish there was one expert that is just the biggest expert on earth. Now, I've been doing this for 23 years. I consider myself an expert, but I still go to learning stuff. I still go to conventions. I'll sit in back there and listen to some of that training, because there's only so much information that one can process, and there's a ton of different situations out there, and how we deal with those situations, how much we know, is very important. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. Right now, we've got a couple of guys out on a job. And one of my operations guys had to go out and help our suite, because he's out trying to service this fireplace. And the problem is, the install is so wrong that, sometimes even good technicians go, I'm so lost. None of this meets standards. And it's like, well, who installed that? And I'll talk to the homeowner, because one of the reasons we're out there is, like we say almost every day, there's chimney hazards out there, and that's why it's important to have it cleaned, have it inspected and everything, because obviously these people thought that they were getting a professional install, but they weren't. And they provided the technicians an invoice or a piece of paper. It said, they said, well, who installed this? It looks, like obviously someone didn't know what they were talking about. And they produced a piece of paper from a competitor of ours, which when I looked at it, I'm like, I talked to those people. In fact, I run into them at conventions and stuff. That's very odd that they would install something like that. And then I read and I go, hey guys, to my technicians, guys, that isn't a invoice or proof that they did the work. That was an estimate. Are you sure that's the company that did the work? Because I'm really surprised. Now, let's check this out. This is what happens when you get somebody that is installing something that hasn't been through proper training. That is a flexible liner double insulated, going through a combustible wood framed wall, which is probably the reason why the homeowner called us after the fire department's been out. The fire department. And the fire department somebody on the fire department said that doesn't look right. So, while trying to save money or who you choose and everything, you do want to do your background and do your research and find out, hey, do you guys have training things in place? Do you guys have someone checking all the technicians' work, the install crews' work? I'm checking a few jobs today because my operations guy had to go out and help on that one. Because again, when a technician is trained, like the guys are being trained, they're trained on these are how things should be done. And sometimes when a guy gets out to a thing and sees that, even I was shocked when I saw that, and I've been doing it for 23 years. So then you got to sort through, what all's wrong, so we can explain this to the homeowner, and then how do we fix it? And typically we have to undo everything and start over again. It just is the way it is. So now the homeowner's in this conundrum. A lot of homeowners will call the company that installed it or what have you and say, well, I'm going to have them come out and fix it. Why would you have someone come out and fix something that was done wrong in the first place? There's nothing to fix. Why didn't they do it right in the first place? I wouldn't trust that company anymore. What I would go for is a refund, which is totally legitimate. If they want to come out and pull out this junk, then that's fine. Come out and pull it out, but give me a refund because the job wasn't done correctly. It's almost criminal. And there's proof. There's obvious proof. Obvious proof. It's not a matter of Fluesbrothers can do it better than these guys or what have you. That is obvious proof. And we can call any supplier and find out that this is wrong. This is wrong. If you need more proof, it's wrong. There's nothing about it. But take that money. This happens with people in roof leaks all the time. We go out and they just had a roof replaced and it's leaking, never leaked before. So we go out and these are areas where it can leak on the chimney. But one of those areas is the flashing, and the flashing wasn't done right. That's probably why it's leaking. We do a water test or what have you, and it's leaking at the flashing. All these other areas on the chimney are other areas that can come in, but people like to hitch on, well, I just had my roof redone. I mean, the flashing, well, they did the flashing, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Well, I'm going to have them come back out and do it. And then we get a call back later on, and basically the roofer came out and put 10 tons of silicone on it or whatever, which does not cover up bad work where it could have been done right in the first place. And I always tell people, why are you having people who do something wrong come back out and fix it? Because they're going to cut corners again, guys. So look, the proper way to do it would be, obviously the work was substandard or incorrect. I need my money back for this project because I paid for a job done correctly as per the estimate that I was given and the invoice I was given. Everything's done on there. It's done like an expert does it. And that didn't happen. So instead of going through, I'm going to sue you and all that other crazy stuff, hey, let's just get our money back. Shake hands, fine. I won't ever use your service. Probably tell a lot of my friends too. And let's have the person who can do it correctly for us, the one that is educated and has all the stuff and knows how to do it, and usually is the one that went, well, what the heck's going on here? Have them fix it correctly. Okay? That's the way we go. Or you're just going to keep on in this weird cycle. Now, the people that fix it correctly, price might be a little more expensive. That's because they're doing it right. And it isn't a matter of they're pocketing more money. It's that a wrong job, you really can't put a price on. But I do know it's a low price. The correct job is a price that is standard to the industry and relative to the cost and what you're doing, and also covers the company that's doing the work for you's expenses so they can do a good job. You're paying people to do a good job. Okay? That is part of that. So always consider all these things, because we hate to see people put in unsafe situations, and we hate to see people get taken advantage of or ripped off or whatever you want to call it through ignorance, because obviously someone thought that install was correct. You won't find that in any book that I've ever seen. Please prove me wrong. Anyways, hey, have a great weekend. It's going to be a little chilly in Kansas City, but I think next week we're going to hit 65. Boom. Have a great weekend, everybody. That is Fireplace Friday. Have a good week.